Hey everyone, it's a beautiful April morning and I'm out to get started and do my chores for this morning. So I'm going to take you along with me and show you what's happening on the farm this spring. I've got some little plants here that I've started and they look a little bit rough. The color's not great because we've had real cool nights, and tonight we're expected to have maybe some frost, so I'll have to take them inside tonight. But I think after the weather settles down and gets warmer, they'll get their green color and then they'll come along good, I think. So I need to water them this morning. And in the background you can hear our cow Star and her 9-month-old calf Sunshine talking to each other. We separated them this week to wean Sunshine, so they have a little bit of anxiety over that. We have 2 new Gloucestershire Old Swat pigs we brought in a few days ago, and I'm going to feed them this morning, and I hope they don't realize I'm here and I can get the feed in without them trying to jump out of the lot. Hey, Star. Hey, girl. Hands over there. Man, they're getting awesome.
That's all right. I'll hold that. I guess the board's blocking them off and you can see them.
Hey, Star. Are you missing Sunshine, girl? You'll be alright. You'll get used to it. Okay, girls, that's all for now. Pixie and Star are here behind the barn, so it looks like they're ready to be milked this morning. Come on, Pixie, you want to come in here, girl? Come on. Not Star. No Star. There's little Smokey. You'll be alright. Mom will be back soon. Come on, girl. Come on. This way. Come on. There you go. That's better. Good girl. Okay. Move up a little. There you go. Good girl. There you go. Back your leg a little. There you go. Good girl. Pixie likes to kick sometimes, so I'm tying her leg to keep her from kicking the bucket over. All right, girl. Let's get you cleaned up a little bit. If you're milking a cow or working in the garden, this stool is a great thing. And you hear cats in the background. It's mating season. And this milk is going to feed their animals, so I'm not using my nice stainless steel milking bucket. Oh, you're full of milk this morning. Now let's catch up on what's going on in the spring garden. We've had some warm days and we've had some cool days and we've had some cold nights and some warm nights, and that keeps the plants confused and not growing very well yet. And tonight the temperature is supposed to be in the upper 30s here, but we're likely to have frost here tonight. And I have 3 tomato plants I put in the ground already right here, so we'll see if they make it through the night or not. This bed that we're looking at here in front of me, I planted a cover crop there last fall, and it grew probably about 4 feet tall, and I've cut it down, and now that it's acting as a mulch on top of the ground there. And I intend to plant more tomatoes and peppers and squash and cucumbers and okra in that bed. So if you look over here, we have some cabbage. Red cabbage is coming along good, and some Savoy cabbage, and toward the end here we have some lettuce, several kinds of lettuce. Doesn't take so much for just 2 people. And then over in the rest of this garden is potatoes, and they've come up well. And you'll notice that this ground has been tilled. last year I didn't till any of the garden and was able to work with it that way. But this year I had Bermuda grass that had gotten a good start last year, and I don't know how to get rid of Bermuda grass if I don't till. If I mulch, it just helps Bermuda grass grow. So this year I am doing some tilling, even though I know ideally you wouldn't do any tilling because it disturbs the soil life. But there's not just one way that always works best. There are many different methods of gardening, and sometimes I have to choose less than ideal because of the circumstances that I have. Now, here we have the strawberries that I put in the pots last fall. They're coming along pretty good. I still don't know how well they're going to do for us, but they look a little bit promising. And if we have frost tonight, it will hurt the blooms, but we'll see what happens. There's our garlic. Before too long, it's going to be ready to harvest. Then we have another bed here where this first row I planted some green beans, and they're coming up now. But if we have frost again, it will hurt those. These potatoes are coming along good, and you can see I tilled this one too because I had quite a bit of Bermuda grass in it, and I can't mulch it. That just helps Bermuda grass grow. So I've tilled it and I've hoed it 2 times. If I keep up with the hoeing, I can keep the Bermuda grass back from bothering the potato crop. And over here you can see our pond. We haven't got the little waterfall going yet, and it's not quite time to get the water hyacinths in. And you probably see algae in the pond, quite a bit in there, but it doesn't seem to bother the frogs. We have frogs and we have some little tadpoles. This is another area where I planted cover crop last fall, and it also got to be at least 4 feet tall. And I finished cutting it down this week, so it's going to be ready to plant something, and I'm not sure at this point what that's going to be. And in this bed, this early spring, I put in seed that I had in the freezer that I'd had a long time. Different kind of mixed green, kale, lettuce, Damon Morgan Kentucky butcher corn, and some garden pea seed, green peas, just to act as a cover crop, and I thought we might get something to eat from it also. So it looks like I can get some greens from it soon. And we did have a frost probably 2 or 3 weeks ago that just took the corn down to nothing, and I thought it had ruined it. But I'm surprised to see that it has come back. On this section of the garden, again, I don't like black plastic. I don't like ground covers, artificial. But sometimes I feel like I have to do things that I don't like, especially because I don't have ideal conditions. So we had quite a bit of Bermuda grass in here and some Johnson grass, which I don't know how to get rid of without smothering it out some way. So in late winter or early spring, we put this cover on to kill that out. And then I think I will be planting sweet potatoes here about the end of May or early June. Now I'm coming to our second garden, and it has cover crop in it that I haven't cut down yet. And it didn't grow quite as tall, quite as thick as it did in the other garden, but it did pretty well. Now on this end of this garden, I did cut a little section of the cover crop down, and I put some corn plants in here, and I haven't had time to pay much attention to them. They could benefit from some water. And I did give them a little bit of fish fertilizer and water after I planted them. And I don't know what the frost might do to them tonight, but we will see. It looks like frost that we had several weeks ago killed most of the peach tree blooms, but I do see several little peaches on the tree, so hopefully we will get some this year. Then we turn around here to the blueberries, and they look like they're doing well. Lots of blooms, and starting to see some little blueberries. This has been our most dependable crop, fruit, as far as fruit. That is most dependable, or has been the blueberries. And then the grapes are starting to bud out. They've always been pretty dependable too. I see a few pears on the pear tree, but it looks like some of the earlier frost got most of those blooms too this year. We're in the second half of April now, and last year's sweet potatoes are growing a lot of sprouts. So I'm going to take those off and put them in some water to grow my plants for this year. These are Covington sweet potatoes, and I put the sprouts in a jar of water, and now I'm going to set them in my windowsill, and sometime in May, in a few weeks, I should have plants ready to go into the garden to grow sweet potatoes for this coming year. That catches you up on what's been going on here lately, so thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.